Welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. Just want to start off real quick. We got Raymond Lyons here and Wilson Turpin Jr. Just trying to process everything that we have just watched. Ray, 112-101. The Bucks beat the Wizards. No Giannis Antetokounmpo. No Damian Lillard. Still, we see Washington have one of those issues in a quarter, this time not the third, but the second, in which things get away. There was no putting it back in the bottle. But Bobby Portis leading the way. 2 assists shy of a triple-double for Bobby P. 34 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Ray, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, you can't lose to a team that's missing roughly 60 points in the two best players like that. That's a game you got to get. I don't care what the situation is. You got to win this game. To be perfectly honest, I was really concerned when it was tied after the first quarter. With the way the Wizards were playing, I mean, if you come out and put up 36 against a team that's pretty much riding a skeleton crew and you're tied, then I don't think it's going to bode well for you for the rest of the game, because as we saw in the second quarter, the offense dropped off dramatically, and their defense wasn't able to make up for that. We talk about their margin of error quite often. This tonight was a glaring example of it. Yeah, man, it's going to be some type of things are going to level out when you start off that hot. And you got to be prepared for that. But that second quarter, I feel like they just continued to shoot themselves into a hole, while Milwaukee just kind of ascended. You mentioned the Bobby Portis stat line. He went nuts. And Middleton started to wake up. Then other guys started getting involved. AJ Green, we saw Gary Trent Jr. got in on the party. Ryan Rollins, Brooke Lopez, he's going to be steady for them. He started to hit shots. So it just kind of avalanched, and the Wizards won there, fighting off their back foot pretty much for the rest of the game. And Milwaukee only went to the line 5 times. I can't wrap my mind around how they lost this game, but here we are. Yeah, they came off one of their games with the best ball movement they've had. They only had 20 assists tonight. Milwaukee had 35, and they turned the ball over a bunch. That'll do it, man. You get a stagnant quarter. Your defense isn't up to par. You give the other team a lot of extra possessions, and you're not running offense and being fluid on that end. Recipe for disaster.
And to your point about the turnovers, Wizards turned it over 19, Bucks 13. You would think it's not that big a deal. All right, here's the gap. The Wizards conceded 24 points off their turnovers. The Bucks conceded just 10. Again, not the greatest of math. It's a 14-point difference. What did they lose by? Like, that stuff matters. I know you guys are sick of hearing us say it night after night this season to this point, but it matters. And like you said, the fact that they didn't get to the line is egregious. Like, you would think the Bucks, it was a parade to the line for the Bucks, and they're going crazy from 3 or 5 free throws. So you literally jump started a bunch of that offense courtesy of the turnovers. You were with them on the boards. 10 offensive rebounds to 7. It's not like the other night when I think they gave up 20 offensive rebounds. It wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
You shot 42 from 3. I know we usually have an issue with 3 points. It was falling tonight. It was 18 to 42. And this is what we're talking about. Like, night after night, it's frustrating because at times they check these boxes. Other times there's no need to even pull out a marker and look at the boxes. They checked several boxes tonight. But like you said, there's no excuse for that when you were missing a nuclear weapon and a hell of a weapon after that as well. Like that is, if that's the artillery one is operating with, you're in a good place with Giannis and Roman, with Dame, obviously. But you hit 18 threes, you gave up 20 threes though. There has to be something. Like you can't do good and then give it back. That's tough. That's tough. And then the other thing for the night, right? So you talked about Bobby in the night he had 34, right? He's averaging 13 and 7 this year. That's what he did tonight. I got another one for you. Chris Middleton, he's still trying to work his way back or whatever. What do you have tonight? Was that 18 tonight? He's averaging 8 points a game right now while he's still trying to get back. For Ryan Rollins, 3.3 points a contest. All right. 14 tonight. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at you for the Brook Lopez. You could put Brook's gonna be Brook. You're getting 11 to 14 no matter what's happened in a couple blocks. That's fine. Bobby Portis shouldn't be having 34. That's an issue. And Ryan Rollins with 14, it's not a knock on Ryan Rollins by any means, but this is what we're talking about, just taking care of business. These are the things Ryan Rollins should not have been an issue. Like, no Dame, Ryan Rollins shouldn't have been the person to be like, damn, they did it, they impacted this game. That shouldn't have been one of the people on that list, man. It just shouldn't have been. Yeah, and that was a great point you had also about the ball movement. It's like 2 steps forward and several back. You were really moving the ball well a couple nights ago. And these are the ones that are extra frustrating because there's no reason for this one. As you said, there's no good reason for that. But again, shout out to Bobby Portis, 14 to 21. And he had a hell of a time out there. He missed 7 shots. 6 to 9 from deep. Like, and then Chris Middleton, 4 or 6 from deep. Sheesh. Gary Trent Jr. did it by volume. He was 6 to 16, so I'm not tripping off that too much. 6-3. All right, so I'll tell you, no Dame, no Giannis. You're penciling in Bobby P for 30?
Absolutely not.
And 6 threes? I just again, like I would have accepted Middleton going nuclear, but he's still trying to get back to being Chris Middleton. That's all right, man. If you have nothing else, I get the player of the game. Which I guess, is it the person who's in the title?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. X Factor. All right, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
I'll go Ryan Rollins, man, because like you said, with no Dame, like, and he gives you 14, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on good efficiency. What more can you ask?
Not only that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, and you pointed out earlier, this is a 11-point game. Like, they needed every bit of what he gave them.
It's an 11-point game. The gap between points conceded off turnovers was 14, and Ryan Rollins scored 14 points. That's tough. But yeah, I had Ryan Rollins for X Factor too, because honestly, I mean, if you would have thought coming to this game, would you figure Ryan Rollins would have got that started DeLon Wright? Like Ryan Rollins he was impactful enough to log 31 minutes in this one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to come up with all the answers, but
I wouldn't have foreseen that. No.
Like that's tough. It's a really tough one, and things don't get easier for Washington. They travel to Oklahoma City next. Yeah. Just for reference, where those guys are in the standings. Man, this is one of those. This is one of the ones that you can't give. There's no grace for this one. You can't give that one up. And the Thunder are in the midst of a 7-game win streak. Get to yeah. A couple indeed. Couple comments from Lizzie Baby. No Giannis or Dame. That's a shame. That rhymes. Yes, it does. I already know what to expect this season from the Wizards, so I'm not surprised it is what it is. I get all that. However,
yeah, you gotta try to lose this one. Like
again, no, both of the weapons out. And we've talked about it length in the past. What Giannis usually does when he sees Washington for GP, like that wasn't the case tonight. He wasn't on the court. And we know that the pressure him and Dame, like that's tough. Last time we had Champagny and Brogdon should have scored more tonight.
I mean, well, yeah, that goes without saying. But I'm not coming to this game thinking Ryan Rollins and I would assume Brogdon, Jordan Poole, and Koulibaly would well, I mean, Poole and Koulibaly they did work, but yeah, Sard he was thoroughly outplayed. Brought up Champagne, he had a lackluster game. Brogdon had an uncharacteristic 2 for 10, 3 turnovers, which you wouldn't expect. Like you just you don't think this is going to be the outcome going into this game under circumstances.
Nah, you just don't. That said, I don't even care about the scoring. You can't turn the ball over that much. You can't give up 14 more points off your turnovers. You can't. Other things you can't do is let folks like Ryan Rollins, again, not a knock on Ryan Rollins, but let folks like that heavily impact the game. Okay, cool. No Giannis, no Dame. All right. Ryan Rollins should not have been a person that steps up and goes and ends your night. Like, that's kudos to him. Again, it's not a knock on Ryan Rollins, just simply saying, like, I can wrap my head around Middleton 40 ball. I can wrap my head around it. That's all I'm saying. This is, as Ray said earlier, this is a tough one to digest. It's a tough one to digest. Even I'm still struggling with the Bobby 34. Like, I know we've seen Bobby do it before, but again, with those two out, like I expect Bobby to do something, but he barely missed. 6 and 9 from deep.
This was like a career game for him.
That's was it actually, like, in fact, for sure? Oh, he got close to it. His career high in points was 38 against the Sixers in February 22nd, 2018. He was flirting with he was flirting with his career high tonight. And shout out to Portis and the Bucks, but it's a tough one, man. Because again, I feel like you're gonna see the Thunder for the most part as whole as possible. It would have been great to take this one for sure. But we appreciate you guys. We'll check in with y'all on Monday night. Y'all have a good one.